Power bill through the roof? At 320 Solar, that power bill will be no more. In fact, about 90% of our customers report lower solar payments than with electricity. That's more power in your pocket. 320 Solar. Power up. Going solar with 320 may cost you nothing down. But the work we do is not a $0 job. With a 10-year roof penetration warranty and solar panels guaranteed for 25 years, you can have peace of mind knowing you will do the job right every time without question. .320 Solar. Power up.
Evolution. Sports Talk Television live here nightly. All Bucs report. It's the Sports Lab. I'm your host, Peter Blake, giving you something to think about on tonight's show. Bring your passion. Bring your excitement. Just don't bring any nonsense. Will you shut up and be quiet? Well, how about your Tampa Bay Buccaneers as they defeat the Atlanta Falcons down 17-0 to go on a 31-10 run in the second half. Bucs win 31-27 here
Peter,
live on the Sports Web. Yes.
It ain't how you start.
It's how you finish here on the Evolution of Sports Talk Television live from the Deck Bar and Grill. I'm your host, Peter Blake, along with Mr. Blake Anthony. And you know, I heard somebody say, we're out of this game. Quiz question. You're never out of this game because you have Tom Brady at quarterback. Do we all forget the 28-3 deficit at halftime in the Super Bowl when he was with the Patriots? Did we forget that? Did we all forget that?
You like that?
You like that?
You like that?
So open phone lines today. I definitely don't want to hear this. I do not want to hear this, but you look at the final numbers for Mr. Tom Brady. 30 for 45, 390 yards, 2 touchdowns, 4 touchdowns in the half, 1 field goal, and a partridge and a pear tree. And your defense comes up big, namely the sheriff himself, Mr. Devin White, 3 sacks.
45.
Yes. Blake Anthony at Sports Talk 49 will definitely take your phone calls. Yeah, let's go out to the phone lines. Welcome to the Evolution. What's your name? Where are you calling from? You're on with yours truly after the Bucs defeat the Atlanta Falcons 31-27, along with Blake Anthony. What do you have to say?
Hey, what's going on? I'm Adam from Largo, Florida.
Okay, Adam, what's up, man? What do you have to say about your Bucs winning today, going to 9-5, my friend?
I tell you what, I'm a Giants fan, but I really support Tampa Bay. Since I'm living here, it is very interesting that they finally got Leonard Fournette actually in the running game.
Amazing, right? It's amazing when you have a running game at all. We talked about it. We continue to talk about it, and you basically put him into the running game. You You make the defense accountable. We continue to talk about it. More passes than you like, but you're down 17-0, so you got to kind of change your game plan. But you're exactly right. When you're able to distribute the ball to a Fournette, you give him those opportunities to really make some yards, and he does it.
But it's like, when most people say it, this was a game for them to actually work on adjustments.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, even though they were down, it's a 4-quarter game, and there's going to be a lot of haters out there. They're going to be talking, and it's like, I didn't like the way they played this game. You know what? At the end of the day, they won.
That's it.
That's it.
I mean,
this is a game that they made adjustments in, and it's also good into going to the playoffs.
Yeah.
I mean, once they go to the playoffs, that's when they need to worry about every single play. But I think this is a good game to utilize every piece that they're gonna pretty much use in that and each every game pretty much in the playoffs. But at the end of the day, they won. So all the haters can hate, and that's it.
That's it. I'll tell you what. Let me go ahead and fire those cannons for you. Thanks a lot for the call. Appreciate you. All right, boss?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
All right, good stuff. You definitely use that second call. Open phone line, 727-255-0391. It's 727-255-0391. Phones are ringing off the hook. That's what I like. That's what I'm talking about. All right, let's go out to the phone lines. Welcome to the Evolution. What's your name? Where are you calling from? You're on with yours truly, along with Blake Anthony at Sports Talk 49.
Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Eric White.
What's going on, Eric? How you
doing?
doing? What do you think of this big-time win by the Tampa Bay Buccaneers to go to 9-5?
I love it, man. I love it. I don't know exactly why we seem to get off to this, this slow start. I think like I was saying earlier, playing down the competition. I believe you said it as well. I don't know why that's the case, but it is what it is. We seem to be able to be resilient. In the second half. It's a great victory. I mean, it's something we absolutely needed, and I was a little worried, going in, especially with,
sure.
You had a couple of axes to grind, with the coaching staff over there, with the Dirk Cutter and
Raheem Morris.
Right?
Yep,
Morris.
yep, absolutely,
yeah,
absolutely, Eric.
Yeah, but it's a great win. And so, correct me if I'm wrong. Did that not clinch the playoffs? That didn't clinch a playoff berth. Yep.
No, the only way that would happen is if the Bears and the Vikings tied today, which didn't happen. Looks like the Bears won outright, which, by the way, Harry the Greek kind of told you guys that was going to happen. So give him credit, Mr. 88%. I guess now he would be Mr. 89% or whatever. So definitely he killed it today with his picks and,
Wow.
Yeah. So the Bucs still have this division to play for. And, at the end of the day, they have to play better than they did in the first half. But it's like my man Blake Anthony always says, it's not how you start, it's how you finish. And when you got Tom Brady, and I get it, it is the schizophrenic Bucs. I read that. Schizophrenic offense, a schizophrenic team. But when they need to turn it on, they turn it on. And they're impossible to stop. It's amazing to me.
And
it's absolutely amazing.
Especially the way you ended the game. Oh, my
Yeah.
gosh. Where were you guys at all game?
Yeah. I really.
Yeah.
So-
And I almost wonder, again, we can't attribute everything to Brady. It's easy to do that because obviously he's the GOAT, and we want to believe that he's the reason that all this is happening, and the reason we're making this Super Bowl or bust run. But I wonder how much that got into his head. Going back to obviously the Super Bowl. Think about, and I don't what do either of you remember what that score was at half?
28-3. That was the Super Bowl, and then of course the Patriots come back to win that Super Bowl. Is that Super Bowl 50? I believe it's Super Bowl 50. Is it not?
Maybe 51.
51, maybe.
Yeah,
51. So,
yeah.
But still, come back.
How much do you think he thought about that? And Brady got knocked on his butt a few times. There's a couple of those hits. I said, oh man, But yeah, great win, boys, and doing a great job. And go Bucs.
Appreciate it. There you go. Good stuff. Let me go ahead and fire those cannons. Ed, I see you. Definitely call back in. Let's go out to the webhead, see what they have to say today. We back, baby, says Cornell. Brenda says, we are back. Khalif, way to come back on a bum team. Much needed win, boys. And Waldo says, fire them cannons, so we shall.
Play your division rivals. You can't take them. Lightly.
You're exactly right. Let's go out to Mr. Ed. Ed, welcome to the Evolution as the Bucs come back to win 31-27 to move to 9-5. What do you have to say?
Oh man, I think I need to go to the ER. My heart is just pounding.
He's had too many tums.
Tums.
You know, they remind me back in the early Tony Dungy days
Mhm.
where it took about a half for the defense to get used to the offensive style, and then they just started dominating. And that's kind of like what happened here. The defense started playing better, and the offense started playing better in the second half, and they just dominated the second half of the game. And I can't fathom why this is happening. This team is too loaded, especially on offense, to have such slow starts.
I mean,
I don't get it.
how is it possible for the Las Vegas Raiders to get blown out? The doors blown out by the Atlanta Falcons. I mean, this is a team that came and gave their best effort. We knew that, look, it was going to be a tough game with the rival. I thought it was going to be a blowout talent-wise, up and down. Bucs are more talented, but definitely didn't come out and play that way, not in the first half. But the second half, completely, totally different. So
yeah. Well, like I said, they need to be nicknamed the Heart Attack Bucs. That's for sure.
Cardiac kids. I think the cardiac kids, schizophrenic Bucs, but they get the win. They have 9 games now, 9, and they're on their way.
9-5. That's better than what we've done in the last couple of
Absolutely.
years, so.
And you have an opportunity to run the table, and I really think the Bucs should run the table with the schedule that they have. But it was tough that first half. Let's make no mistake about it. 60 total yards of offense, no balance at all, no rhythm at all.
And here's the thing: they at least they figured it out that you can't just pass the football. They tried it in the first half, it didn't work, and I actually missed part of the first quarter. But what I saw of it, it seems like they were just throwing and throwing and throwing and throwing, not really mixing the run in there at all. When they came out in the second half, actually. They seemed to be running the football and had a lot of early success doing it. And they stuck with it. And guess what? Their offense works.
Yeah, well, the first drive was important here, Blake and Ed. 7 plays, 80 yards. That really basically sets the tone at that point. Atlanta, we talked about it in the pregame show. They're not a good defense. They played well in that first half, either because they were playing over their heads or the fact that the Bucs have no rhythm to their offense. But that was important.
Well, I saw what Atlanta was doing. It was actually pretty smart. They kept blitzing the interior gaps because they know Brady's not going to leave the pocket. So they just basically put their hands on the receivers and blitz guys in the A gap. And as Brady he was either getting sacked or he just couldn't get the ball away quick enough to where he needed to go to. And then the Buccaneers made adjustments in the second half, counteracting that, and that's why you saw them starting to get ate up later on in the end of the game.
And I thought Leonard Fournette played a heck of a second half.
He
blitz
started
pick
off
up
terrible at the beginning of the game, and he finished strong.
Finished very strong, and that's what you expect from Leonard Fournette, a guy that's gotten it done in his NFL career. You're going to put him back there in pass protection. You want to make sure he sticks that linebacker or that safety.
That was a block.
Yep. Big time play.
I had a feeling they were going to have a little trouble because they don't have – it's not like the Atlanta Falcons have a terrible defensive front. They're just not very good.
Right.
I agree with that.
Because of the fact that they didn't have Donovan Smith today.
Josh Wells played good.
It didn't look like we were going to have either kicker or either punter. I was wondering how that was going to go. That would have been scary.
Well, they definitely were able to definitely did a good job with overcoming those injuries today. Ed, I'm going to go ahead and fire these cannons for you.
Hey, by the way, I'll be out there next Saturday. Hang out with you guys.
Hold on a minute. What'd you say now?
I'll be out there next Saturday to hang out with you.
Looking forward to seeing you.
All right, man. Sounds good. We'll see you on Saturday, all right?
All right.
Let's go back out to the phone lines. What's your name? Where you're calling from? You're on with yours truly, along with Blake Anthony of Sports Talk 49 after the Bucs win over the Atlanta Falcons 31-27. What do you have to say?
Peter, what's up, buddy? It's Alex, man.
What's going on, buddy? How you doing?
I'm up here in Baltimore trying to stay warm.
All right.
But anyway, what a heck of a win. But I want to touch base on one thing that everybody's forgetting. What about the halftime adjustment?
Yep.
I don't know what happened. I don't know who was saying what. We don't know if Tom Brady was in there throwing helmets or whatnot. But we talk about one heck of a halftime adjustment.
Yeah.
That's the main thing I want to touch base on.
Okay.
But I got to say, what a heck of a win.
Well,
I wasn't really pleased about what we were doing on the first half, but all things considered, to come back and win like that.
Yeah, well, no, you definitely didn't have anything in the second half or first half to write home about. 17-0 at halftime. But again, you look at that drive, 7 plays, 80 yards. You come out right away. The third quarter has kind of been their bugaboo. You look at the numbers: 22 plays, 203 yards, 10 minutes of possession. When you have the ball that long, you're keeping the opposing defense on the field that long. You're tiring them out. And then on top of it, you're controlling the clock and you're playing the game. Mm-hmm. And like I said, that Bucs offense in the second half looked nearly impossible to stop. This is what we expect.
And how about this? Nobody's mentioned it. How about Antonio Brown getting his first touchdown?
I was going to get to that.
Hollywood Brown.
5 catches, 93 yards, including a 46-yarder.
I was waiting on him to make a difference and some sort of a difference in a play, and I think that was it. I think we all been waiting on something from him to show up, and I think that was the biggest play right there.
Yeah, just ran past the guy, honestly, and it was good to see that. It was the clinching touchdown. The Bucs never looked behind after that.
Never looked back.
And then you had Evans also 6 catches for 110
yards. 100 yards.
Yeah, but Antonio Brown, impressive today, and that's the scary thing about this offense. And that's the scary thing about this team. When they want to turn it on, they can turn it on.
So Bruce Arians was right. I mean, they really did turn it up this second half.
So there you go. All right, good stuff. Anything else?
I appreciate y'all. Go Bucs.
All right, appreciate you. Go ahead and fire those cannons for you. Good stuff. We're up and running after the Bucs go to 9-5. They defeat the Atlanta Falcons 31-27. Let's go out to the webheads, read some of these comments, and then we'll get back to it again. Open phone line 727-255-0391. It's 727-255-0391. It's the Sports Web. I'm your host, Peter Blake, along with Mr. Blake Anthony, Sports Talk 49. Let's go out to Todd. Todd, Bucs win. What do you say, my friend?
How you doing, Peter? First of all, before I get to the game, how is your mother doing?
Mother is good, man. She is coming home this week. Like I said in the pregame show, that's the best Christmas present I could get. And our family is going to be strong. We're going to get her through this tragic time, and we're going to definitely make sure we have a great holiday season. So I appreciate your prayers and thoughts, my friend.
Yes, sir. I certainly said it the other night to Gene and Christina and let you know that I was thinking about you and your family, and God bless you.
Thank you, man. I appreciate it. Appreciate you.
Yes, sir. It was a great win, a tale of two halves.
Yes.
I will say this. We miss your man, Ronald Jones.
Oh, say it for me. The victim of volume, but credit to where credit is due. Leonard Fournette really showed out. Maybe the numbers don't show up, but that second half he played a lot like some Bucs fans expected him to play, a lot like I expected him to play.
We needed his style at the end of the game. We needed that style.
Yes, you need that bell cow runner. You need a guy that's going to take his shoulder pad, take his helmet, and get that extra
first
yard.
Down to clinch the game.
Exactly.
That's what you needed.
That's what Leonard Fournette
Ronald
I need.
couldn't do that.
Right.
That's all Leonard Fournette.
I agree.
I agree with you. I agree with you, both of you, Blake and Peter. He was outstanding in the second half. He got his first downs when we needed it. I mean, he was just fantastic.
Yeah, and I got a Colts fan here thinks it's going to be a Colts-Bucs Super Bowl. It's certainly a possibility.
It's a possibility.
Anything is a possibility at this point, sir. Todd, what else did you see in this game?
Well, the defense, I don't know why we weren't rushing Matt Ryan in the first half.
They were. They just weren't getting there.
Yeah.
Maybe we just weren't getting there. But the second half, the defense played outstanding. Yeah. We were getting to Ryan. We were frustrating him. And that's what you got to do, these quarterbacks like Matt Ryan and Drew Brees.
Yeah.
You gotta get to him, and you got to frustrate him. Once you frustrate them, they're ours.
No, you're exactly right.
They made that adjustment. They started sending Devin White on that delayed blitz, and they seemed to find a way to get in there. So he tallied up 3 sacks, which give him 8 on the year. Which is amazing because, him coming out last year, you saw the flashes of brilliance, right, Todd and Blake? But Peter, before you get to that, what was the one thing I said I wish the Bucs would do more with Devin White?
Rush him.
And then
Get
I
him
said
in
that.
those
Didn't
situations
I say that?
because he was so good at LSU and doing that.
I give him an A+ pass rush.
And when he
him an A+.
And when he went out and told Todd Bowles and kind of made those comments, unleash him. Yeah. They have unleashed him. 8 sacks this year. Really been the man on the spot. 3 sacks, big time, especially picking up your defensive line. I thought the defensive line had better effort in that second half than the first half. But you're exactly right. Give credit to where credit is due. That Atlanta Falcon offensive line did a good job of keeping the Bucs at bay.
They did.
They did. So,
well, the offense was the whole offense in the second half. It was just a totally different offense in the second half. Great adjustments. I loved Antonio Brown getting his first touchdown. Mike Evans had a great game. Godwin got a touchdown. Scotty Miller made a great catch
and a
little down there in the red zone. So Gronk played good. Everybody played good today.
Everybody contributed
in the second half.
Yes.
Not the first half.
Tremendous. And look, Atlanta Falcons, 17-0. They played nearly a perfect game in that first half, and for the Bucs to come out and first establish that drive, the first drive, that set the table, and then to have that third quarter where you have the ball 10 minutes. Basically, that's it. You feel like they're going to win the game. And anytime you got Tom Brady and you have all these offensive weapons, just protect Brady. Give him the time. Have some balance of the offense, and sure enough, there you go. That's what happens.
Well, let me say this. If our defense plays like they did against the Vikings and the way we did in the second half of this game,
right.
We are going to be a team to be reckoned with.
Yeah.
Well, let me put it out there straightforward. The guy that got toasted this game was one person and one person only, and it was number 23.
Yeah.
Sean Murphy Bunting was absolutely embarrassing in this game, and I'll take a deeper look at it later on. But he gave up both scores and gave up a lot of pass receptions in this game.
Yeah,
I agree with you, Blake. Ridley was burning him.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And we do have some breaking news here from Greg Allman. I don't know if he paid attention to this, but Allman was just reporting Carlton Davis was out with a groin injury, and Bruce Arians was talking about how his corners came in and played hard and how he was happy with that. So you lose your top corner in a Davis with a groin injury. Don't know how long that's going to be.
Yeah,
could be a lingering injury.
And you're right.
Right.
Cockrell came in.
So overall, you look at the effort. Giving up only 10 points in that second half with their top corner out. Once again, the effort was there. When this team wants to turn it on, they definitely turn it on. Todd, what else?
That's it, guys. I know you got other callers. Blake, Peter, a pleasure talking to you.
Pleasure.
And God bless you, Peter. I hope you and your family have a great holiday. Blake, you as well.
Thank you.
And I'm glad your mother is better.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. Appreciate you, Todd. Let me go ahead and fire those cannons for you right there.
Yes, sir. Great job, guys, as always.
Hey, man, thanks a lot. Appreciate you. All right, open phone line, 727-255-0391. It's 727-255-0391. It's the Sports Web, live from the Deck Bar and Grill in Isola del Sol after this Bucs big comeback victory. 31 points in the second half, a 31-10 run.
And how about this? He almost put up 400 yards passing in a half.
Right.
Think about it like that. What they had, 80 yards, 60 yards?
I wonder if there's still people out there saying they missed number 3. I wonder.
Click the crickets one?
Yeah, we probably need to do that. Let's go out to the phone lines. What's your name? Where are you calling from? You're on with yours truly, along with Blake Anthony, after the Bucs beat the Atlanta Falcons 31-27 to move to 9-5. What do you have to say?
Hey, what's up, guys? Sean Tisdale.
All right, Deshaun.
He can go to the grocery store.
I'm feeling good about this.
Feeling good
about this.
All right.
And I'm going to tell you one thing. I haven't watched wrestling in a long time since my youth, but I just feel that Ric Flair. Woo!
Love it. Love it. You gave it to Ric Flair. I mean, look, I think if you're a Bucs fan right now, that first half, you were thinking like a hill, like somebody took a chair shot to your skull and you got a concussion. That second half, you woke up out of it like The Undertaker, and you decided to basically tombstone somebody.
I like that metaphor.
Hey, thank you very much.
Like that.
And that's why I'm a wrestling fan and your host. Consequently, what happened there is that you could rest in peace for the Atlanta Falcons with their whole season, and of course, with their trials and tribulations versus a Tom Brady. They must hate Tom Brady today. He was the Lazarus man. Go ahead.
Listen, they definitely hate him. Listen, it was a couple of key things in this game. I know we're going to break it down on Monday at 49.
You know it.
Also, we're going to break it down on Thursday as well. If you got it all night, but I'm going to tell you a couple of keys that I saw. One of the most important things is in that first half, we were very heavy with JCP playing an interior position. In the second half, he moved back outside to his natural position, which was a benefit for us.
Yep.
And when we did that, we put Devin White in his 5 position, and whenever he crossed the gap, he shot those gaps. And this goes back to what I said pre-game and what I said to you, Blake, is that we're not getting the pressure that we need from the interior.
Right.
So they moved him inside to try to manifest that pressure. We're going to have to do something with that pressure. Ledbetter's not going to cut it to the playoffs. No. But I'm happy for the win today.
Yeah, no, I definitely agree with you on that. It looks like they made some adjustments, which definitely worked out. They got more pressure. I mean, it's easy. Football 101, it's easy. It's really easy. It's not rocket science. You get pressure on a quarterback like Matt Ryan, and he'll give you some plays made by Antoine Winfield to stop a touchdown there. Yep. Impressive. Guys making plays all over the place, and we talked about Devin White, 3 sacks all over the place today. He definitely shows that he could be the future defensive leader, if not already the future defensive leader.
Oh, definitely right now, I would say he's between Devin White and Levante Davis and Martin Soler is defense.
Yeah.
But, hey, I'm going to tell you something. Just like you put people down, we got to pick them up. Today, Jamel Dean was definitely taking off some routes. I thought he was going to get hard, looking in the backfield on a stop and go. But he came down and made some big tackles today. I was very proud of his physicality off of an injury. He played great and physical. And listen, the only other thing I can think of is AB has his first touchdown as a Buccaneer. What a great day in Tampa right now.
Absolutely. Clinching touchdown there. Just ran right past the guy. A great day for him. He was definitely involved in the offense as well as Godwin and Evans, especially Evans with over 100 receiving, which I think he's still in line to go over that 1,000 yards. So he could still do it. So we'll see. Still has time. Absolutely. Every Bucs fan freaking out. Oh, my God, Evans not going to do it. Mike Evans is Mike Evans for a reason.
He's going to make you sweat a little bit here these last
make
2
you
games.
sweat a little bit like this Bucs offense is Bucs team. So we'll see what happens against the Lions next week, a day after Christmas.
This is the Buccaneers team, and this is the Bucs life. You're going to have those first half where we're like, hey, what are we doing? And then next thing you know, you pull it out. So when I look at this team, all I can think is this team has the ability to come out at halftime and make so many adjustments.
Yeah.
I'm going to tell you, Blake, you spoke about those long handoffs, the extension of the run game, the short outside. We did that with the little screens, the quick passes, and Tom Brady was able to move the ball down the field. We can do that every single game. I'm waiting for the guys to go to the board and look at it and start just putting it in their playbook.
Yeah, no.
Fire those cannons, guys.
Absolutely. We will definitely fire those cannons when I get my drinks right there. Thanks a lot. Appreciate the call, Deshaun. Definitely call back. Let me go out to the phone lines. What's your name? Where are you calling from? You're on with yours truly along with Mr. Blake Anthony of Sports Talk 49. Bucs big victory over the Atlanta Falcons. What do you have to say?
Hey, what's going on, Blake? This is Dominique. I'm from Philly.
There you go, man. Philly.
Yeah, man. I wasn't pleased, with the first half, but, man, way to finish the game, man. A win is a win. And you were talking about Mike Evans, man. I really think Mike Evans can get over that 1,000-yard mark, for real.
I think it's certainly possible. I mean, you look at the defenses he's going to have to face. You have the Lions, and then you have the Falcons.
Two bad secondaries.
Two bad secondaries. So he's going to get every opportunity. And look, you can certainly see when Brady gets the time, and we keep on talking about it. When he's getting the time, when he's not pressured, if he has to step up in the pocket, that's one thing. Scale the pocket, that's what a lot of quarterbacks do. He's never going to be mobile. But at the end of the day, if you're giving him the time, those receivers are eventually going to get open. They're just too talented. This offense is just too good. And even with their slow start, you still felt like they had an opportunity, especially with that first drive. And for me, the most impressive aspect of this victory was, of course, the comeback itself, but the way they did it. Bam, bam, bam. There was nothing that the Falcons could do. They couldn't stop this offense at all, and they were definitely more balanced in the second half than they were in the first.
Absolutely.
And that's one thing that I believed in going into half. I think we're real good at making adjustments and going into the second half. A better team. So I always believe that we definitely came back great win. And I'm gonna keep rooting. I'm happy, man. Let's roll into these playoffs. Let's get let's fine tune these last 2 games and get what we need to get done. And let's do this, baby.
Absolutely, I love it. Let me fire those cannons for you. Definitely.
That's what I'm talking about. Let's go, Tampa.
All right, man. Thanks a lot for the call. Appreciate you. All right, Dominique. All right, good stuff. Absolutely. Open phone line, 727-255-0391. It's 727-255-0391. Let's also take a look. Godwin catches a touchdown in this game. He was involved in it. You look at Matt Ryan's numbers. I mean, 34 for 59, over 300 passing yards. I mean, again, he was really good in this game. And credit to where credit is due. But this defense, once again, made the necessary adjustments. How did he finish off in this game, Matt Ryan?
Oh, Matt Ryan finished off with he played a great game.
Yeah.
He went for 3 picks last week to 3 touchdowns this week. Went 356 yards, 34 for 49 with 110.6 passer rating. The key part, which hurt the Falcons ultimately, is you're up 17 points. What do you mostly do when you're up that many points?
Run the ball.
But they only had 6, 5, 11, 12, 13, and that's counting 1 run by Matt Ryan. So you had 13 carries on the game while having a commanding lead for majority of the game.
And people keep on telling me the run game is extinct. You can't run the ball anymore. It's a passing league. I get it, but still, if you have a lead like that, you would think you would run the ball. But again, give credit to where credit is due. That Bucs defense once again stifled that rushing offense.
And Cam Brate had a great game today. 4 receptions for 54 yards. Showed up, made some great catches for Tom Brady when he needed to and get a little continuity going in the offense.
Yeah.
Of course, Mike Evans led the day, 6 for 110. No touchdowns, which is fine. I think everybody wanted to see him get more yardage anyway.
Sure.
Let's see who led the tackles. Devin White, 12, 2 assists, the 3-sack marker. It's just amazing. You almost have 3 guys on one team with 10 tackles. Wouldn't that be something? 3 guys on your team with 10 sacks. That would be crazy.
Right. Even with the year that Shaq Barrett has had, which, statistically, he's not having a great year when it comes to number sacks.
As far as sacks goes, right. But
the team as an overall,
pass, getting pressure,
yeah.
He's doing it.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So Bucs win over the Atlanta Falcons 31-27 to move to 9-5. Of course, the Detroit Lions next Saturday, a day after Christmas. You going to be here?
On Christmas, I'm going to try my best to be here. I think
All
I have to work.
All right.
And I look like I have a former 6th-round draft pick for the Detroit Lions on one of my shows here.
Oh, really?
We'll talk about what he's got to say about the Lions. Had to see what he's going to talk about. He also played for Bruce Arians and Todd Bowles in Arizona. So we look forward to that, and this should be interesting to hear about.
All right,
that.
I want to read these comments from the webheads again. Open phone lines if you want to talk about this Bucs big victory over the
Falcons.
Talk
about the loss.
Yeah, I mean, I want to hear this. I definitely don't want to hear that. If I hear that, I'm going to be upset. 727-255-0391. It's 727-255-0391.
Still your line, Peter.
Yes.
I'm going to be trolling that ass.
Trolling that ass, absolutely. I think a lot of Bucs fans were disappointed. But we talked about if you make the necessary adjustments, you have the weapons to come back from a 17-0 deficit.
And they did.
Right.
They did. And the key part, the stat nobody mentioned, I was surprised, 0 turnovers.
Yes.
Crazy how you have 2 weeks back-to-back with 0 turnovers and you win the game.
It's amazing. That's absolutely amazing. All right. So let's read these comments and we'll get back to it. Way to come back on this bum team. Rudy says, much-needed win. Waldo, fire them cannons. I love that. Joyce says, it's a win. I'll take it.
I agree, Joyce.
I had to check out for a while.
No,
got
never
very
checked out.
PO'd. She had to check out. No check out.
Don't ever check out.
Atlanta doing Atlanta things. Thank goodness. Of course, they've blown leads this year versus the Dallas Cowboys. Of course, we talked about the Patriots game, the Bears game to get Dan Quinn fired, a Chargers game they lost last week. Can we say schizophrenic offense? Laugh out loud, says Milo. I'm bull. They didn't broadcast this game in New England. We are in the playoffs, it looks like. We'll see. Anthony says, great coaching adjustments, blitzing the linebackers more the second half. Soto, Dave, man, talk about the amount of motion we just went through.
Yeah, you ain't lying. It's like a roller coaster.
It is. It is. Like I said, this edition of the Sports Web brought to you by Tum.
We have to see if they should sponsor.
Well, they probably should.
I'm going to send them an email tomorrow.
I have some heartburn. I have heartburn all the time when watching this team, and I definitely agree with you there.
This message is brought to you by Tums, because Lord knows I'd have took 5 of them.
I would have took 5. I would have took 10 of them the way they played before halftime. Absolutely atrocious first half.
It was bad. Well, Peter, I remember you sat there and just looked at me and was like this with your pad.
I was like, what are the stats? You're like, who cares?
It was like, I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say. I was like, all I could do was look at you.
I don't know.
There ain't nothing to say.
I come here every week, and I'm usually talking a mile a minute.
And he had nothing
and I was
to
speechless.
say.
I was speechless. Oh, hell yeah. Fire those cannons. Absolutely. There you go. Tampa says Deshaun. Misador says 2 words, Winfield Jr. Corey says, wow, imagine if we could put 4 quarters together. Look out. I mean, I think we're all waiting for that.
Just give us one. If you want to do it in the playoffs, I'm cool with that.
Right.
I'm cool with that.
Right. CJ Gallardo says, fire those cannons again.
I like
so
that. I like your emoji.
There we go. Save that touchdown.
Yep.
YBN, man. Who else died watching the game? I think I got brought back twice. This guy's dying. YBN.
Recitation.
We got zombies watching the sports web. I'm not shocked by that. What a great game. 9-5. Fire those cannons as we shall.
That cannon's been fired today.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I hope it's working there, by the way. It was one button. Imagine that. One button that took us out of hearing sound, so I do apologize for that.
Is that what it was?
It was one button. Oki says we ass. I don't know what that means. He might be saying he's an ass. I don't know what he's saying, but we'll go ahead and do that for you. A win is a win. 9-5 LFG. If you want to know what that means, Google it. I'm not going to say it on air. Hell yeah, way to go. Come back. Take it. Go Bucs. Landon says, let's go Bucs. Anthony says, game-saving play by Winfield Jr.
Yes, he
Let's
did.
go Bucs. Misador says, well, that was the game I thought we would lose in the final 3. I don't think we let it slip at Ray J. Fournette played well. That is what you're called picking up blocks.
Yeah,
Were you impressed by? I was impressed by that aspect, and that's what you didn't see. And, of course, stats don't lie. Pro Football Focus, one of the worst blocking running backs out there when it comes to pass protection, but he definitely proved himself today, Blake.
Oh, with that great block on Keanu Neal, and I'm sure that's what Misador was saying. And Keanu Neal was laying the wood all game.
Yep.
And to come in there and stuff him like a Thanksgiving turkey, it was something to see. I can only imagine.
How about a Christmas ham?
Oh, yeah, you're right. We're past that. Yeah,
Yeah.
you're right. Stuff him like a Christmas ham, glazed him.
Yeah, there you go. Glazed him. There you go.
Yep.
Well, that was a game. Okay, so good stuff there, Misador. If we protect Brady, he will deliver. Always helps to play Atlanta. When you have a first half that bad, nice comeback win. Let's go. CJ says Winfield and White coming through. Emmanuel, yeah, man, let's go Bucs. YBN, Winfield Jr. was Superman deflecting that pass because it looked like
It was
a certain
guaranteed.
touchdown by Ridley.
And then that little hand came out of there.
Who you kept on screaming at the TV, and probably people thought you were crazy. They probably think we're all crazy here because we're both screaming at the TV. How does this guy get wide open? And what you were saying today, Sean Murphy bunting, and it goes back to what you said in the pregame show, the chunk plays, which is what Atlanta is looking for with
That's all
the
they're
Ridley.
looking for.
We'll get back to that in a moment. Let's go out to Curtis from Newport Richie. Welcome to the Evolution. You're on with yours truly, along with Mr. Blake Anthony at Sports Talk 49 after the Bucs win over the Atlanta Falcons 31-27. What do you have to say, my friend?
First of all, Blake Anthony, I want to say you're the real BA, okay?
Uh-oh.
Anyway.
Am I?
Uh-oh.
That's
You're the
right,
rebuild.
that's right.
You're the real BA. Okay. All right. I
Yeah,
like
well,
it.
that's because, hey, listen, you were BA before Bruce Arians got here. So,
Yes.
anyway.
That
Yes.
is true.
Well, that's true. You are Blake Anthony. See, I didn't even think about that.
See,
It's like
so-
going
he's so
back to
creative.
the simple math thing, you
Yeah.
know, the 10 to 11
That's right.
goes back to that. Go ahead. We're learning
That's
things
right.
today here. Teaching.
Anyway, kid, a great win, you know, whatever. I expected us to win. I didn't expect us to win like this. I don't care all about that. A W is a W. I love W's.
Sure.
Can we please give Shaq Barrett some money right now before he hits free agency?
I mean, I definitely think he's earned it. I mean, look, his numbers are not going to match the 19.5 sacks last year, and that happens. You know, sacks comes in bunches. But you look at the pressure. You saw it today. You saw it when he's on that right side coming in. He forces Matt Ryan to go up, and that's when you're in big trouble. That's when JPP can come in there, and that's when Ndamukong Suh, and, of course, Devin White finishing it off there with his third sack.
Absolutely. But see, here's the thing I'm talking about. He also plays the run.
Yep, he does. You're exactly right.
And if JPP is going to be here another year, at least another year,
Yeah, he's in the contract.
he has to give Shaq some money so we still have that double team.
No, I agree. I definitely think he's going to get paid. Will he get paid as much as he probably would have this year? Maybe not. But again, you look at the numbers. Maybe the numbers don't tell the whole story, but you look at the pressures. Well, it's pretty good.
There's a way to finagle that contract with all these guys coming. I'm not going to really go into details.
Look,
right
I mean,
now,
if anybody doubts what Mike Greenberg or Jason Light do
He's
over
done
there,
an
don't,
awesome job.
because they know how to fix it. They'll fix it. If they want to sign him, they'll
Brady
sign
will
him.
take less if he's got to.
Of course they
He's
will.
done it.
Of course they will. They'll redo contracts. So
I take my hat off to Leonard Fournette because he earned his money
Yeah,
today.
I agree.
It.
Yes, he did.
I agree.
Big pass block up the middle when Keanu Neal.
Oh man,
the middle. Oh,
smashed him.
God.
Yep.
That's why I wish I had the audio there. I know them helmets was popping when they hit each other.
Dude, listen. Tom Brady is going to probably give Leonard Fournette probably like a
steak dinner,
$25,000 because if Keanu Neal would have hit him during that play, I was so afraid for Brady.
He was coming full speed.
Yep. It's a good block. Definitely a good block, and stop Neal in his tracks.
I loved seeing the jumbo package today. Thank you, God.
Oh, jumbo package. Where's Ray at? Where's Ray
favorite,
Kennedy? Jumbo package. Yeah,
that's right, man. But I mean, great win. What I'm going to say about Devin White is, I predicted at the beginning of the season Devin White was going to win Defensive Player of the Year. If he had a couple interceptions to go with those sacks, tackles,
I agree, Curtis.
He'd be damn near a surefire Defensive Player of the Year.
I tell you right now,
who's better?
There are things that he needs to work on with his game still.
Their pass dropping needs help badly.
He's almost there. You could see it. He's nearly there. Just needs to work on the pass coverage, and I think he'll be just the sky's the limit for that kid.
And like we all said though, we're all still in a pandemic. He didn't have a second off season.
Fair. That's very fair.
And he's still out there playing his heart out every down.
Yeah.
And when you have I'm not going to call Levante David a savvy veteran. I'm going to call him one of the most underrated linebackers. He was like, what was the guy that played for Washington that never made a Pro Bowl, but he always had like 100 tackles every year?
Yeah.
Right.
Wasn't it like London Fletcher or something like that?
I think it was London Fletcher.
London Fletcher was a beast for the Washington Redskins.
What are you telling me to look at here while I'm doing a show?
I was just saying, this is amazing.
Yeah, I know. I'm sorry, but I love and I'm a diehard Bucs fan, Peter. We've had this conversation.
Sure.
But I watch all football.
Yeah, he's pointing at me. I'm looking at it right now. It looks like Jalen Hurts just hooked up with Quez Watkins. So the Philadelphia Eagles are on the board right now, losing to Arizona 16-7. We'll get your other scores here in a moment.
I don't care about that. I need Kansas City to beat New Orleans.
I agree, and I think that's certainly possible. And that game's over here too right now, so we'll see what happens with that. But of course, anyway, that's an important game.
Great win, Detroit. I feel sorry for y'all next week if we're going to continue. If we're going to continue to play like this, Tom Brady, you need to excuse me, not Tom Brady. Leonard Fournette, you need to work with Ronald Jones on that pass protecting my daughter wants.
No, I agree. No, that's okay. Your daughter can get on the sports web. That's all right. But I thought Tom Brady was washed up. By the way, I thought he was washed up. Is he washed up?
Dude. Listen, you know what? It's like this is the year of excuse my French, old ass quarterbacks or the young ass quarterbacks.
That's it.
You got all these young quarterbacks that's out there doing their thing. I feel bad for Joe Burrow because he was having a nice season.
Mm-hmm.
And it's either you got these young quarterbacks or you got these old-ass quarterbacks, and they're out here balling.
Yeah, there's no middle ground.
There is no middle ground.
There's no
one
or the other.
Well, Mitchell Trubisky maybe is a middle ground,
Get out of here. Mitchell Trubisky.
Is that a new meal at Denny's?
In Chicago?
Well,
they'd be an afterthought.
I'll tell you right now, he's played pretty well here the last couple of games. So who knows?
But dude, when you have a great defense, that's like when Sean King was the quarterback for the Bucs.
Mm-hmm.
Sean King he wasn't a great quarterback, but he was good enough
game manager
for that defense to give him the ball.
Correct.
And to go win a game.
Correct. And that's what you had Tom Brady do today. You really did. I mean, impressive statistics, 390, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah.
I mean, just threading the needle all over the place.
Man, some of them balls was right in there.
Perfect.
What I would love for my Bucs fans out there, and I'm saying this to all my Bucs fans out there, if you look at this team, so from where we were 2 years ago to where we are now, with the
level of talent that we have in this team, and nobody bitching and arguing about who's getting the ball. And you have Brady spreading the ball where Evans is getting his and Godwin is getting his and Brown is getting his and Gronk is getting his. Everybody's getting the ball. And, you know, there was one point where we were all like, well, is it going to be a problem because somebody might not be getting the ball? Everybody's getting the ball.
Oh, yeah. And you could see when Brown scored that touchdown, you know, he went to his knees, and then who's the first guy to go up there and hug him? Tom Brady. And it seemed like that was a genuine thing where, welcome back to the NFL, buddy. We knew that you could do this. You just had to get the matchup, and that's what it's all about in the NFL, the matchup, and that was not a good matchup. Brown runs right past him. Ball is perfectly placed, just like last week to Scotty Miller, and it's all academic at that point, and the Bucs never looked back. That was the clinching touchdown.
According to, well, I guess Max Kellerman, you know, rescinded his comment about Tom Brady's arm being dead and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So, you know.
Yeah.
Stephen A. been getting on him.
That arm, 390 with 2 touchdowns. I'll take that all day long. If that's a washed-up quarterback.
Hey, one last thing.
Yes.
Kirk Cousins, do you like that? How about that?
Oh, there you go. Let me go ahead and fire those cannons for you right there, Curtis. Bringing it strong to the mic.
Y'all guys stay dry. Have a happy holidays. Hey, Peter, I heard about your mom. My heart goes out to you and your family. BA, I hope nothing's going on with your family. I love you guys. You guys be safe and get home safely tonight, man.
Appreciate you, brother. We'll definitely see you on Monday night, all right?
All right, bud.
All right, buddy. There you go. Good stuff there. Open phone line, 727-255-0391. It's 727-255-0391. It's the Sports Web, live from the Deck Bar and Grill. I'm your host, Peter Blake, along with Mr. Blake Anthony at Sports Talk 49, which can be seen and heard here on Monday and Fridays at 3 o'clock. Of course, Bucs win over the Atlanta Falcons to move to 9-5, a thrilling second half, 31-10 run. I feel like we're watching an NBA team, and that's kind of what they look like today. Although Calvin Ridley really gave this Bucs defense a lot of fits today. 150 yards of receiving. You can't say too much about Calvin Ridley, right? There's this really good game today by him.
He owned Sean Murphy Bunting in secondary. He owned him. And that's something they're going to have to go back in the film room.
Can't say enough about Ridley. Of course, if you're a Bucs fan, you don't want to say anything about him.
No, you don't want to say nothing. But unfortunately, you had to. You couldn't say first down without saying Ridley. But, they survived the storm on that. Secondary showed up in the second half. They made adjustments. Cockrell came in, and they were able to close out that game.
Yeah, no, absolutely. So I want to keep on reading these comments, get through them. Don't want to neglect you guys. So we talked about that. MK13 might hit the 1,000 again today. Made that stuff possible. Michael says, we're missing Brady in New England. Well, the Bucs like him. And I had my boss from the other job, the sales job there, Miss Kim Von Ert, text me today and say, how about those Falcons? And I said, game ain't over yet. And then at the end of it, I said,
text back at
this team's got Tom Brady now. You remember Tom Brady? Falcon fans do remember Tom Brady, that's for sure. So you're never going to forget him either.
Deshaun can go to the grocery store with his Bucs gear on.
Well, there you go.
Because you know he's in Georgia.
There you go.
He's
exactly. Agree with Fournette being in. Let's see. Kyrie Hojo says that was rigged. Doesn't get the first down, but as always, ref says a first down. Shaking my head. So Kyrie Hojo doesn't think that it was a first down. Did you think it was a first down? A little bit close.
It was close, but there was no space between the first down marker and the ball. Yeah, when they're that's the thing. When they hold, I hate when they hold it at the angle. If you hold it down like that, it's gonna look like it's short. But when you put it up where it's supposed to go, like the marker, they clearly didn't have any space between the ball and the marker. It was literally at the marker, like not an inch short, not an inch longer. It was literally at the marker. And if you want to talk about missed calls, what about that holding call in the end zone on Jason Pierre-Paul? It should have been a safety.
How was that not a safety, by the way?
That should have been a safety, and I'll pull that up when all 22 becomes available. It was a missed call. It should have been a safety. Bucs should have got the 2 points and got the ball, and the game should have still been over.
By the way, Kyrie Hojo looks like she's a wrestler or something. What is that?
She might be.
Okay.
As long as she's a fan of the sports web.
There you go. Exactly. YBN White rode off into the sunset. 3.
Yeah, he did. You saw him.
Sacks. Bucs being the Bucs, doing Bucs stuff. We love creating holes, climbing out. This is our identity this year. We're never out of any game. There's no quitting these guys. I like that. Let me go ahead and fire those cannons. Mr. Troll King here. Christmas came early for the Bucs. I'm going to go ahead
with that.
do this for you. Because you're the jerk that was texting me during the game saying Bucs season's over with. Not so fast there, fat fingers. I don't know if my heart can take another game like that. Well, you better get checked out by the doctor, because I think we got another couple games to go here. Who knows? This could be a special season like we talked about on the Sports Web. 9-5 momentum is building. Christopher Cole, 32 touchdowns for Brady. Absolutely. Yep. Only 2 away for surpassing Jameis Winston. So good game for him. Go Chiefs, says Tim. Absolutely. Bet you are, says Corey. Protect Brady. He will deliver. Me, Sador. No holding called all game. Yep. And I swear JPP was getting raped almost every snap. Did you? I mean, you saw that play. We were pointing it out. How is the ref not calling that a safety? Because that changes the complexion of the game. Game's over.
If they get that first down, we're talking something else. But game's over with that safety. But it ended up being over anyway. What did I say to you right after that pass? I said, John Madden, if he was broadcasting this game, would say, why are you running a route shorter than the first down marker? And you saw Matt Ryan's reaction, like, what are you doing?
Right.
Why are you running a route 5 yards shorter than the first down marker? You don't help anything doing that while on fourth down.
Exactly. All right, so no holding called all game. Attaboys, please figure out how to play 4 quarters. This team could be so dangerous when they turn it on.
If they want to save to the playoffs, I'm fine with that.
Yep, I agree. YBN says, welcome back, Jamel Dean. Solid game back. Did you agree with that? Solid game by Jamel Dean?
Some routes, made some great tackles. He showed up. Only guy that needs to be watching film real bad this week is, again, Sean Murphy-Bunting.
And, of course, the other big-time story with the Bucs win is Carlton Davis went out in this game, according to Greg Allman of The Athletic, with a groin injury. Bruce Arians was praising his young corners. Of course, Murphy-Bunting being one of those, Jamel Dean, Ross Cockrell being in this game. So we'll see what the extent of that injury is. But as you know, a groin injury can be a lingering thing.
Don't go away.
Yeah, so we'll see. That could be a big-time deal. But, again, this defense finds a way. This team finds a way. Peter, I called a win 50 or so minutes ago when I remembered you don't win in the first half. Good stuff, Jason. I'll take it. 9-5, let's go. Ben Parrish. Tim says, Devin White with 3 sacks and 4 tackles for loss. Vernon, Bucs just need to start faster. I agree. I absolutely agree.
I mean, we can keep saying that until we're blue in the face. They got to actually just do it.
I can't figure this team out. I can't, and I'm just not going to predict a score anymore, because you clearly think this team is going to blow out the other one because of the talent-wise, but they play down to them. They play slow, but in the second half, like you always said, it's not about how you start, it's how you finish. It really is. I mean, it's all right. So let's see here. Steven says, definitely a great victory. A 30-point second half is outstanding. Sador. SMB needs to get back to fundamentals. He was caught reaching on his jams and giving up the cheeks by being out of position while being stretched. Did you see that? Explain what he's talking about, being out of position, being stretched out.
It's the
stuff
same,
like that.
It's the same thing like when you see with Stephen Shea.
Okay.
When they're trying to do the punch and try to hit it, but you miss on your punch. And when you do that, your momentum is going the other direction. And in this case, the wide receiver is able to get around you, and you got to counter react to it. Just really is just too fast and too good of a receiver to recover. And Sean Murphy really isn't known for his speed, but he just couldn't recover on Calvin Ridley. So he's got to figure out something, because you're going to play him again here in 2 weeks.
I agree. All right, let's see here. YBN, it's frustrating seeing 30 minutes of team getting their ass kicked and then come out and play spectacularly. Like, damn, can they put it together 60 minutes for once? And update on the score here. Mr. Tyreek Hill, shocker, has scored against the New Orleans Saints at 7-0 early in that first quarter, or late? I think it's early.
They hit him with the Al Pacino speech.
Oh, did they?
No, I'm hitting with Christopher Cole.
Oh.
He said made a halftime speech.
Somebody made a speech. What is it, 1 inch, 1 yard?
Yeah.
What a great speech, by the way. Bowles, again, proves why he's one, if not the best in the game adjustment coordinators in the league. AB with his first touchdown. He has 90-ish yards on 5 catches. It'll be 5 catches for 93 yards. YBN, the last first down is now called the Brady effect. Laugh out loud. I love the quick pop pass to the wide receivers. It stretched the field sideline to sideline, opening up the middle. We saw Scotty Miller there early. Looked like a fumble, but they reviewed it. You looked at it. His knee was clearly down before the ball went out. We also saw Scotty Miller on that screen take Terrell and put him down to the ground. That type of effort right there. Believe that leads to a field goal where the Bucs tie the game up 24-all. And then, of course, the Falcons get a field goal, 52 yards. And then the Bucs, of course, scored a touchdown to basically put it out of reach.
Yep. To Antonio Brown.
Mr. Big Chest, who, look, I'll say whatever it is. He's definitely been not the locker room disturbance that a lot of people were thinking. A lot of people like myself were talking about. I was going to give it a chance. Tom Brady signed off on it. He has been a model citizen for this Tampa Bay locker room and for this Tampa Bay team. And when he can make plays like this, it gives them that other dimension that a lot of fans get excited about when he was signed in the first place.
And here's the thing that I look at as myself when I look at people and when I look at tendencies and what they're really thinking. Antonio Brown could have showed his ass when he scored the touchdown.
Sure.
He didn't. He sat on his knees
it was a humble,
and was grateful.
Right.
And was grateful.
Right.
That meant that to me, I saw a difference. He could have got in the end zone and did his little monkey shuffle and did all that stuff. He did not.
Right.
Got in the end zone. He should have scored a few times this year, but fortunately it didn't work out like that. He scored today and showed class.
All right, Bucs win 31-27 over the Atlanta Falcons. Let's hear from you. 727-255-0391 and 727-255-0391. It's the Sports Web. I'm your host, Peter Blake, along with Mr. Blake Anthony of Sports Talk 49, which can be seen and heard here on Monday and Fridays at 3 o'clock. We're live from the Deck Bar and Grill. You can hear him hooting and hollering back there. Some Bucs fans, all kinds of football fans come out here. Great food, great service. We've got Kyle right there serving us. We'll get him on the mic if he wants to come on. Good stuff from those guys out there. So good stuff there. Jason says maybe the slow start was planned. They took Atlanta's best shots and then came out punching. I mean, Is this what this team is trying to do? Are they trying to prove that?
They're trying to give people heart attacks?
Right, I guess. I don't know.
Tums sales are going up. If you're an investor, invest in some Tums.
That's it. Invest in some Tums, invest in some antacid, because a lot of people had heartburn in that first half. And like we talked about, it was funny. We didn't know what to say. I watched football for so many years, and I have no idea what to say. I was eating chicken wings. I'm looking at the game. I'm like, what the hell is this? What is this?
I'm not exaggerating. He literally said, Blake, I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say.
Paul says, didn't miss D. Smith much. What did you think of the play of Josh Wells? You got to break that down, because I would like to see
me too.
How he fared in that game.
Yeah, I most definitely will bring that down. I have to say, when your name's not called, it usually means you're doing your job.
That's it. I mean, that's the best thing about an offensive lineman. If his name is not getting called, good to go. That means he's playing well. And I tell you right now, that offensive line, they gave up a couple sacks today, but besides that second half, very clean effort by the offensive line. Hats off to that team. Again, 727-255-0391. Or we can just play crickets. I mean, this is what I'm hearing right now. I mean, I want to have more calls here. Let's go. Bucs are 9-5.
Let's bring that same energy when it's a loss.
That's it. What do we say here? Three things, right? Bring your passion. Bring your excitement. Just don't bring any nonsense. Bucs win over the Atlanta Falcons 31-27. Again, 727-255-0391. Ask and you shall receive. Mr. Ed using his second call. Welcome to the Evolution. You're on with yours truly, along with Blake Anthony. What do you have to say?
Hey, it's Ed. I'm bringing the passion.
All right.
I heard the crickets.
Bring it. Let's go.
Oh, man. I don't know what to say about these fans, man. They should be loading up your phone lines, man. We won.
Backwards.
Well, I don't know. I seen on halftime. I missed number 3. I thought they were going to start singing.
Miss number 3.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, I thought they were going to start singing Boys to Men. It's so hard to say goodbye, honestly, to yesterday. I don't get it. You got Tom Brady, the greatest quarterback of all time. You always got a chance to win if you're a Bucs fan. Shame on you if you didn't think this team was going to give their best effort in the second half. Shame on you.
Look, for all you Winston lovers out there, I got to say this, okay? We would have not come back in that game.
Yeah, no, I mean, what do you worry about? You worry about the turnover situation. There's no turnovers in 2 straight games. I mean, that's big, huge.
Yeah, Brady's going to have over 30 touchdowns and only maybe 12 or 13 interceptions. What do you want?
I don't know. But you got 32 touchdowns from Brady for the year, 11 interceptions, and some of the throws today were amazing. We talked about Evans and, of course, Godwin, and Antonio Brown with his first touchdown. But what about the pass that Gronk caught? I mean, that's a guy basically lost a
I saw
defender.
some great plays today by our wide receivers.
Yes.
I am very impressed by it.
Yes.
All of them did. Even Scotty Miller, man.
Yeah.
He was showing off.
He was. He definitely had some plays in this game. I think, more than anything else, it was a total team effort. And once again, we talk about it. Brady's not going to go to one guy. He's going to spread out the offense, and that's what makes this Bucs offense so hard to stop because of all those talents on the outside.
And
They're
I do
unbelievable.
believe Brady was calling the plays in the second half.
Well, I don't know who was calling the plays, but whoever was calling the plays, Ed, whoever was calling the plays, it all worked out. It was aces.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I believe that was Brady's plays because they were all like underneath short stuff, little wide receiver bubble screens.
Well, he had some shots there. They had some shots there too.
Yeah.
So we'll see. We'll see what happens going forward here. But they got the Lions next week, and they have an opportunity to run the table. You feel confident in this team running the table?
Oh yeah, I do.
Okay.
I do. I don't feel confident going. If they can't get off to a faster start in the playoffs, they're going to have a short playoff.
Well,
thing. I can tell you that.
That's been the thing that's kind of plagued them.
We played a bad team today.
Mm-hmm.
We did not play against a playoff team.
Agree. But to be fair,
if you do that against a playoff game, you're probably not going to.
Well, to be fair,
look.
To be fair, they did the same thing versus Kansas City. They lost by 3. You did the same thing versus the Rams. You lost by 3. You're exactly right.
Yep.
You have to get off to better starts. But with the offensive talent and with this defense making the necessary adjustments in the second half, they can beat anybody. You just got to get off to a better start. You're exactly right, though. You definitely got to play better. And look, the Atlanta Falcons are no slouch. Look, they're 4-10, but they beat teams this year that they're not supposed to beat. The Raiders, namely, so they could scare the hell.
Basically handing them the game on a silver platter.
Yeah, by the halftime crowd there was about 70 or 80 people ready to have their pitches and pitchforks and everything out. They were ready to go to one Buccaneer place. So, what else?
No, I just am looking forward to being with you guys next week. It's going to be fun. It was
Sounds
fun
good.
Last time.
All right.
Can't wait.
All right, Ed.
I had a great time last week, man.
Well, you got to tell your friends to come out. Bucs fans, come out here to the Deck Bar and Grill in Isla del Sol and be a part of the evolution. Sports Talk Television, the Sports Web, powered by 320solar.com.
I will bring the passion next week.
You better bring it. You won't be on air. All right.
Okay.
Good stuff there, Ed. Let me go ahead and fire those cannons for you right there. Open phone line, 727-255-0391. It's 727-255-0391. It's the Sports Web, live from the Deck Bar and Grill. Let's go back out to the web heads here. Get in the bin, BA. I guess he didn't watch the second half of that game. We sure did. 3 sacks all from the inside. Misador says, Paul, are you high? The press came off Wells damn near all day. YBN. Paul, we did that. That's where the pressure and sacks came from left side. So did we really miss him? Do you think that the pressure was all from the left side? I thought it was from the interior too.
It's from the interior.
Okay. All right. Joshua Cole Allen says, is this the Bucs signature win this season? Good question. Is this the Bucs signature win this season?
Signature?
Yeah.
Huh. Kind of think of it any other game. I don't really want to put Atlanta Falcons as your signature win.
But is this the game that basically catapults them to now run the table, in your opinion? Are you going to see a slow start next week, or are they going to do what they always do? It's hard to tell, right?
I mean, at this point, they've been consistent with not starting fast.
Right.
So I have nothing else to go by, but what they've been doing is not starting fast.
Right.
It's not just going to suddenly just going to happen. I don't know what it is. Whether their pregame meal, their pregame music, I don't know what it is.
What do you think they listen to in the pregame?
I don't know. It needs to change. Maybe they need to put on some of Devin White's Get Live music. I
guess. I don't know. Hopefully, I don't know what they're listening to. All right, let's go out to Curtis. Curtis, welcome to the Evolution. Welcome back. Here you are with yours truly, along with Blake Anthony.
I'm calling because I wanted to answer that question in person.
Go for it.
That signature win question in person. Hell no. Green Bay was our signature win.
I think Green Bay was definitely your signature win.
Nobody
they were undefeated.
No one expected for us to beat Green Bay the way that we beat Green Bay.
Yeah. You're exactly right. You're exactly right about that, especially with the bad start they had down 10-0.
Yep.
Aaron
Yeah,
Rodgers
there's another
able
game.
to do.
It's another game.
Raiders game, you start out slow. Carolina Panthers game, you start out slow. So we're just gonna say, look,
that's their identity.
And even the Raiders game.
Yes.
You know, that for a lot of people, that game was a toss-up.
Right. Exactly.
Especially because the Raiders were coming off their win against Kansas City.
Yeah. You're exactly right. I feel like this offense is on volume. Not volume, volume.
Value.
Well,
just like
y'all. Nail on value. Don't say y'all.
Who was the commentator today? Daryl Johnston?
Yeah.
And Kevin Burkhardt, yes. Do a good job.
They both agreed. They were like, it's like there was no sense of urgency.
None.
I can look in their eyes.
Which I can agree with.
No sense of urgency in that first half, but the second half definitely changed it around a little bit. And again, it started with that first drive.
The crazy thing is, and we all know this, if we play the whole game like we played the second half, I mean,
forget it. Score 60 or 70 points. Nobody can stop you with those outside targets and getting the time.
Blaine Gabbert would probably play the whole fourth quarter.
Probably. Maybe that's a part of their plan. Maybe they don't want to play Blaine Gabbert this year. Ray Kennedy right now in his
all I'm gonna say is you guys are Bucs fans and y'all are out there repping. Listen, Bucs fans just need to understand this. When is the last time the Bucs were 9-5?
You know what it is? It's BTSD. It's Bucs traumatic stress disorder. You know, they and I get it. Again, 17-0 first half. But the second half, man, they turned it around. But you're exactly right. When's the last time they've been 9-5? Quite a long time. Mr. Curtis.
I think it was the year we went 9-7 with Winston, and we couldn't win one of those last two games.
You're exactly right. They could not beat Dallas.
Now,
they could not beat New Orleans.
Hey, BA, this one's for you because I think earlier in the offseason, this is what we talked about. Why haven't we been so nervous about our kicking game this year? I haven't even thought about Ryan Suckup this year. Okay?
Isn't that nice not to think about your special teams?
It's so nice not to be worried about, oh, God, here we go again.
Right. And we saw how much kicking means. It really does mean a lot to this team, especially over the years. So
absolutely.
It's
because even I was watching the Tennessee game a couple weeks ago when Gostkowski missed like four field goals.
Horrible. Yeah, horrible.
And even look at Dan Bailey last week against us, dude, with Minnesota.
He still has a job in the NFL, which I don't understand. There has to be better kickers out there.
Obviously, but so does Nick Folk. Nick Folk, I don't know how many games he lost for us.
Well, he won games for the Patriots this year. He's done that. Matt Gay's won games.
Absolutely.
Cairo Santos has won a game.
It's a beautiful thing not to have to worry about the kicking game this year.
Agree.
Because we've all had the conversation to where every time the kicker goes out there, you're like, oh God, I don't want to watch it.
Yeah, exactly. I agree, but you don't feel like that this year. You feel supremely confident in this special teams unit, especially kicking.
Every time Folk goes out, every time Suckup goes out there, I'm like, oh, okay, well,
that's all right.
It feels like Martin Gramatica all over again.
Automatica. Perfect. Good stuff.
Absolutely.
All right, Curtis, anything else?
No, that's it, man. I'm finna get ready to go to work tonight, man. You guys be safe, man.
All right, man. Don't work too hard, all right? Happy holidays.
Never that. All right, buddy.
All right, buddy. There you go. Let me fire those cannons for you right there. Good stuff. Again, open phone line, 727-255-0391. It's 727-255-0391. It's the Sports Web. I'm your host, Peter Blake, along with Mr. Blake Anthony of Sports Talk 49. Update the score here. The Jets have scored, and they are up, ladies and gentlemen.
On the Rams.
The game is not over yet. 13-0, almost halftime, so we'll see if that sticks. Of course, the Jets still looking for their win here. Update the score, 19-14. The Cardinals have to win to keep their playoff chances alive. Of course, you've got the Philadelphia Eagles, 4-8-1 with Jalen Hurts. They're trying to make a show of it. Do we know the Kansas City game? Last time we checked, Tyreek Hill scored, so we'll get you the update on that. You got a phone there, right? Yeah. Give me some update on those scores there.
Yeah.
Johnny Dean, where are you at? Yes, but I think there was much drop-off considering what he's being paid. Held up for the majority of the game. I'm not sure who they're talking about. Did anyone ever think we missed D. Smith today?
Not really.
Still have a good pocket most of the game. Williams says, finally the defense steps up in the second half. YBN, Tim Weatherspoon, heck no, but at least we know he can block. That's why We are so hard on him. Paul says Devin White can get a sack at will. They should send him more often. Johnny Dean Davis has a groin injury. We talked about that. AB for the game-changer touchdown. Jason, Brady was amazing on the deep balls. Evans, who I give a hard time to, was amazing and put his body on the line. Thank you, Evans. I owe you an apology. We shall fire those cannons for you. Jason, Fournette with 2 touchdowns. Absolutely. Anthony, shut the hell up, Peter. Go rage about the jock strap you took.
Oh, Lord.
Okay, so we'll go ahead and do that. I don't know what he's talking about, but okay. Devin White, game ball. Tool, thank you very much. Appreciate you again. And I appreciate you tuning in there, Anthony. Appreciate it. Johnny Dean. And again, you can troll me all you want to, but thanks a lot for tuning in. Thanks a lot for contributing to the evolution of Sports Talk Television. And you watching me, I'm not watching you. So again, thank you very much, voyeur, troll. And I appreciate the comments. It makes me feel good, especially in the holiday season. I feel so warm inside when I can piss somebody off. It's all well and good to be good to somebody and have a good heart, but it's even better to make somebody so upset that they got to come on a show that they basically don't think anything of and make stupid little comments. I love it. I love it. Thank you. Appreciate it. No idea where he is. I don't know. Probably in his mom's basement. Just says to me, if they would just run the damn ball. Johnny Dean says, okay, I'm not reading that. They never jammed there at the line of scrimmage. SMB was trash today. I mean, you talked about that. Not necessarily a good day for SMB. I mean, what does he have to work on, in your opinion? I know you're going to have a breakdown of him also, right?
I kind of got to it. I mean, that's a digression. That was bad. It was a bad performance. And it's only fair that we got to get on SMB just like we did on Dean for biting double moves for a while there.
Sure. All right. So Misador says Bunting got caught learning on the jam, exposed an easy release. Paul says I didn't see much of a drop off of all things considered. Johnny Dean. Okay. So needs about 165 per game to get there. Can he do it?
You talking about Evans?
Evans, 165
He's got
per
the ability
game?
to do it. Will the ball go there? Is the question.
Tyler says, did they clinch a playoff spot since the Vikings lost?
No,
they have not. Had to be a tie. Breeze just threw a pick.
Yeah.
There you go. Don't know how old that is, but we'll see. Kelsey recovered Le'Veon Bell's fumble and ran it in for a touchdown under review. Uh-oh. Fire them cannons, but dang, that first half. I agree with that. Absolutely. Harry says, I just said Atlanta would throw the kitchen sink at them in the first half, but no chance Atlanta would win the game. Good stuff, Mr. Harry the Greek, coming on,
Harry.
sharing his knowledge. And if he didn't write some of those picks down, I feel bad for you, son. I got 99 problems, and a pick isn't one when it comes to Harry the Greek. You like that? I like that, too. He used to be a hip-hop DJ. Come at me with it. 727-255-0391 and 727-255-0391. I'm your host, Peter Blake, along with Mr. Blake Anthony at Sports Talk 49, which can be seen and heard here Monday and Fridays at 3 o'clock. We're watching the Saints game as he just put it on right now. It is 14-0 KC over the Saints as we speak. So good news for Bucs fans out there. And if you don't know the simple math, let's go ahead and go through it again. Saints lose out, Bucs win out, Bucs win the NFC South. Think there's a possibility of that happening?
Yeah, because 11-5 is better than 10-6, right?
There you go. There you go. I didn't say it. He did. It's simple math. All right, so there you go. Great comeback victory. We need games like this. Absolutely. Let's go out to David there. Hold on a sec. Want to make sure we read all these comments. What else did you see in this game that you took from it that we didn't necessarily cover here?
Well, covered Brown, covered the offensive line, called the defensive line. The interior needs to show up a little bit more because they're getting no pressure on the interior. And as somebody said earlier, gonna need that push when you're playing those pocket-only quarterbacks, aka Matt Ryan, Drew Brees, and those kind of guys. Defense made adjustments. Wide receivers played well. Tom Brady played well in the second half. When they made adjustments, we pretty much covered everything.
Yeah.
Yeah,
absolutely. All right, let's go out to David. A very ugly win to me, but I like the way our team stuck together, didn't give up, fought back to the end, get a win, 1 down, 2 to go. Harry says, relax, feel better. I do. I absolutely feel better. Do you feel better? Let's go ahead and fire those cannons. That makes me feel good. Hey, says Jonathan Lindsay. Tim says, Patriots officially eliminated from the playoffs as the Miami Dolphins. And we talked about that off air. Talk about the job that Brian Flores has done in his second year with a rookie quarterback. I thought he was crazy with taking out Fitzpatrick. It's been the key. And then on top of it, that defense just playing lights out today, shutting down Cam Newton, eliminating the witch is dead, my friend. The Patriots are out of the playoffs, eliminated.
Yeah,
shocker.
That's a shocker in New England. They're not familiar with that. They got to know what rebuilding feels like now, like a lot of other teams did. But it's all right. It's part of the game, and those changes got to happen. Unfortunately, it's for the New England Patriots this time.
All right, good stuff there. Jonathan says, thanks, Bucs, says Jonathan. Tim says 7-0 Chiefs. 14-0 back in our younger years. I'm in my 40s. Weren't players considered rookies for the first 2 years? Certainly seems like it. Act like a child, gets sent to the corner. I like that. Deshaun Tisdale Bay. Tony Gonzalez talking about how the Bucs receivers this morning said something like amigos before egos. I like it. I mean, that's kind of like us at Bucs Report. Amigos before egos. Not one person is bigger than this whole brand of what we call the sports web, the evolution of sports talk television. Nothing is bigger than Sports Talk 49, Cup of Ray. So many great shows on here. Buck what you heard. Just definitely tune in to this Bucs platform that continues to grow. And, of course, join us next Saturday. Well, where would you like to be? Your stocking stuffer the day after Christmas, live at the Deck Bar and Grill in Isla del Sol for the Sports Web, the evolution of sports talk television, getting you ready to see the Bucs can get 10 wins versus the Detroit Lions on the road. So we'll have it here. Man, I turned the channel and went out. Me and my grandson put a mailbox up, came back and found out they won the game. Wow, go Bucs. That's why you never give up, Albert, on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, especially when you have Tom Brady in town. Tim says, laugh out loud, fans wishing for JW back at the half. Atlanta would have had 14 more points on pick sixes if he played. We would have lost for sure. Let me go out to Ron. Ron, welcome to the evolution as the Bucs pick up a big victory over the Atlanta Falcons in comeback fashion, 31-27. What do you have to say, my friend?
Yes, sir. How you doing, Pete? What's going on, Blake?
What's going on? Doing good, buddy. How are you doing after this Bucs big victory to go to 9-5?
Good. It's good to see you guys again. I want to start out by saying, the thing with this game today, Pete, I can't speak with any type of accuracy on the first half because I was literally landing in the airport.
Right.
And I turned my phone on at the end of the second half, and I see 17-0 Atlanta, and I'm thinking it was just like that gut-wrenching, like kind of disgusting feeling. Like, this cannot mean, am I seeing things, or is this not like, should this be like flipped around, like, and I was like, what, thinking, what's going on? Here we go again with this repetitive, slow start.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is with us, but I think if we can figure that out, we're going to be much better down here near the stretch. But I was very, very, very happy to see some of the execution that we showed on offense. A couple big plays, getting the ball down in scoring position. I thought we could have scored on that one trip down that would definitely ice the game.
Yep.
Once we already had that lead, we can't cry over spilt milk. I mean, we didn't get the 6, we got the 3.
That's it. And your defense has to step up at that point. Your defense holds the other team to a field goal, which is huge. They give the ball back to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. They go down there and get the clinching touchdown to Antonio Brown. That's the key. The defense stepped up because they didn't play well in the first half. They would tell you they didn't play well. There were all kinds of open receivers, especially a Calvin Ridley. Too many guys getting open, not enough pressure on the quarterback. That's a bad mix. And that's what happened in the first half. It changed in the second.
Yeah, I appreciate it, Pete. Like I say, and I was a little bit like when I saw the score too. I was thinking, okay, that's nothing. No Julio Jones. We got Jamel Dean back, but hey, in this game, man, anything like I said, if you don't come up and execute at any point in the game, it doesn't matter really who you're playing.
Right.
I knew that. Let's face it, this is a division team, so two teams are going to be bringing it. I just, they said it's just that feeling because it's like I think deep down we know as Bucs fans that we have a really talented stacked roster, and we expect more, we want more, especially with these starts. It's something that we're not correcting, but we are adjusting. That's a great thing. The adjustments that we're making to stay in the game and close the gap, take the lead, and close it out. Can't complain about that. But it's more of a concern, Steve. If I had to make a point, concern moving on with the slow start, that we're not figuring out whatever it is to overcome that slow start, giving up leads, not playing, defensive play calling perhaps. I don't know. I mean, you can't blame any one player. You can't blame any two players. It's a collaborative effort. It's a team sport. So, but hey, we got the win.
Yep, you got the win, and looks like
we've been 9-5 here. It's been a while. But.
Yep, it's been a while, and it feels good. I know, again, 31-10. The type of run they made in that second half was just light years from the effort in the first half. But the Bucs get the win, and again, you always have an opportunity to win games when you have Tom Brady at quarterback. I think that's the thing that people and Bucs fans just need to embrace and get used to. When you're down early, it doesn't necessarily mean the game's over. It just means the game is about to begin and there's a challenge ahead. Tom Brady's a great competitor, so that's why he's the greatest of all time, period.
Oh, yeah, he looked great there, just with the boys, some of the moves he made to kind of step out of certain areas of the pocket there and look at the ball. I thought that was excellent. But, hey, Blake, so I wanted to get your opinion, man. So what was your purview there in the first half as to why? Because my thing is you're still putting yourself in the danger zone. You're giving a team the means to beat you, getting down 17 points. Is it something you kind of saw, like kind of feet went over, or was it a defensive adjustment that wasn't being made, or was it?
I just think I think it starts with that first drive. When you come out and you go 7 plays, 80 yards, that basically sets you up. That gives you confidence, and then going forward, your defense is able to make stops. They're able to, of course, get after Matt Ryan and have that pressure. And we talked about it. Just stop drives, and that's what you got to do, because Matt Ryan on third down today was so good with the third down passing. That kills a Bucs defense that can't get off the field. That extends drives, and of course, your defense is on the field for that long. That tires your defense out. The same thing happened in the second half. The Bucs in that third quarter, going back to 22 plays, 203 yards, 10 minutes of possession. That absolutely wears the Falcons defense out. That exposes them, and then on top of it, you have a mix of things where the Falcons aren't able to get enough pressure, and Brady's able to look and find his second and third reads, and he picks you apart. And plus, you had balance to that running game to a certain degree. You added Fournette to it, and Fournette was splendid today. He was very good.
Yeah, when you brought that up, Steve, too, about not getting off the field, that's just one of my pet peeves. That's like the one thing that out of the many situations that you can find yourself in, that is like the most frustrating feeling that I experience when it's like, especially when it happens on like more than one drive or 2 or 3 times in a row in a consecutive drive where it's third down. Sometimes it's not like it's a 3rd and 2 or a 3rd and 3. I mean, it's just like like first down. I mean, that is the most. It just kind of takes the air out of that moment. Like,
sure.
But hey, man, what can we really say? They got it done. They pulled it together. What we have wanted to see some different looks here and how the team came out. I mean, obviously, certainly we do. It's more for the upcoming, where my main concern lies. Hey, when you start getting into the nitty gritty here, or maybe when you front a team even 10 points or 13 points, and that's going to be a type of team that you can't do that with, because I mean, it's just not really going to work out as much in your favor. So I think they need to, moving forward, just need to get that way to start off with a better start. Whether you're going up 3, whether you're going up 7, or even 10 first. I mean, that's a significant difference when you're evaluating the outcome of a game. And I guess.
What do you think of Blake?
Well, it started off with Atlanta's big drive. They couldn't get off the field on the third down. You allowed Todd Gurley to make a great one-handed catch on third down. Levante David missed that tackle. After that, Atlanta just pretty much gained momentum from there and went down and scored. Sean Murphy-Bunting got beat on the under-over route, which they're trying to pick play him. He was just out of position, just couldn't catch up to Russell Gage for a touchdown. They were mixing up zones and man blitzes, but they weren't getting to Matt Ryan. Their offensive line did a great job now allowing much penetration. As Deshaun said earlier, they were playing Jason Pierre-Paul on the inside and then moved him outside and started getting more pressure later on in the second half because they weren't getting much push from the front three. Atlanta pretty much wanted to punch.
Wow.
Yeah, that was loud. That was lightning.
That was lightning there. Wow. That woke everybody up.
Yeah,
welcome.
Shook my seat. The Thunder. Whoa.
The Bucs report lightning strike.
Yeah,
I'm telling you. I'm telling you. It struck in the.
All the way to the St. Petersburg today.
Yeah. Agree. So, all right, Ron, let me go ahead and fire those cannons for you, buddy. Appreciate you. And good stuff, my friend.
I'll be hoping to see you guys soon, man. Happy holidays.
Same to you.
Blessings and love every bit of your show, man. And it adds to the just to being a Bucs fan.
Absolutely, my friend.
The excitement, the platform. I appreciate it, guys. Take care.
Absolutely appreciate your service, my friend, to the country. As always, Mr. Ron there from Okinawa, calling from Okinawa, Japan. Update the score here. 14-7 Chiefs over the Saints, 13-3 Jets over the Rams right now, 26-14 Arizona over the Eagles. Let's go out to Rick from the Cheap Seats, who has a show tonight at 9 o'clock here live on Bucs Report. Your thoughts on this Bucs big victory over the Atlanta Falcons, 31-27. What do you have to say, Rick?
Oh, boy, do I have a lot to say.
I know you do.
Holy cow, there was a whole lot of crap that came out of Megatron's butthole today.
Oh, geez.
I've got so much to say, I don't even know where to start. Look, the one thing I want to say, and I'll keep everything else till the show tonight, but I want to say this. Donovan Smith, please come back.
You like Donovan Smith over Josh Wells. I didn't think Wells played that bad. I think there were moments where it was, a little bit sketchy
they're
there.
a terrible team when it comes to sacking the quarterback,
Mhm.
and they were all over Brady in the first half.
They were in the first half. I agree.
Yeah.
I agree.
So, I mean, maybe the second half, okay, that was certainly different.
Yeah.
But, whatever in the first half, I don't know if they changed the scheme. I'm guessing they did. But whatever happened between the first and second half on the offensive line, everything was different. So, what a game, though. What a game. I've got so much to say. Blake, Peter, you guys come on the show tonight if you have a minute. I'd love to talk to you guys because, holy cow, I've got I'm not going to take up your show.
Okay. All right, my friend. Definitely tune in to the Cheap Seats tonight with Mr. Rick Hughes doing his thing, and I can't wait to hear your segment, Stupid Things That Bucs Fans Say.
Stupid what things?
Boy,
yes.
It's going to be a long segment tonight.
I just want to see it. I
miss JW3.
Oh, I've seen that. In the halftime show, so you could screenshot it if you like.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So, all right, my friend. We will get you out of here. Yes, sir.
Let's just till we get Donovan Smith back because it showed.
To a certain degree, it did. I agree with that.
Yeah,
it definitely did show.
That's an amazing thing because you guys know I'm not a fan.
Right.
So.
Right. Well,
Okay. Have a great night, guys. Great job.
All right, my friend. Appreciate you. There you go. Rick Hughes from the Cheap Seats. What's cooking in the South? Let me go ahead and fire those cannons as we'll read the comments here. I don't know what he's writing there, but we'll go ahead and see what it is. Fans wishing for JW back at the half. Atlanta would have had 14 more points on pick sixes. All right. 14-0 Chiefs. Woo. Carter Jameis losing Vita hurt our defense a lot. Tim says, woo, not wool. Fat fingered it. There you go. We won the same way against the Chargers. Paul says we had to fix slow starts. We can't come back in games like this in the playoffs. Good teams won't allow it before we lose the internet. So that's true. That is true. We may have to cut the show before because we got a storm in the area. Need some rage against the machine in that locker room, obviously. Maybe Suck Up is a beast. Tim says, let's see here. Automatica 2.0. Cornell, let us win out. Great weekend. The Gators lost and the Buccaneers won. Fire those cannons. We shall do that.
Roll Tide.
Tim says, Ridley said SMB stands for Sean's My Beach. Yeah. Go Bucs, says Jeremy Blake. I don't think that's my brother. I don't have a brother, but who knows? Maybe a cousin. Let's see here. Misador Ledbetter look good inside a limited role. Matthew says, okay. I don't know what that's all about. Okay. Let's get this. Deshaun says, great young safety Winfield Jr. Key play made. Paul says, Tom is really about to turn it up a notch. This is his time of the year to really start firing on all cylinders. I can't wait to see the next couple of games. I say it almost every week, but honestly, Mike Edwards is almost around the ball. He's solid depth for our defensive backfield. Do you notice that also?
He makes plays when he's in there from time to time, but there's times where he can't do the things Winfield and Jordan Whitehead do.
Yeah, I think we're going to cut this short because we got to get out of here. It's been a long day, but the Bucs win. Of course, we don't want to lose the internet here, want to lose the quality of the show. I guess there's a big storm coming in. Fingers crossed, Carlton will be okay. Absolutely. That's the other story of the day. Groin injury. He went out of this game, so we'll definitely update you on the extent of that. Your final thoughts, Blake Anthony at Sports Talk 49.
Still saying you gotta figure out how to get some more push from the interior line, and the secondary's got to communicate a little bit more. Hopefully they'll go look at the tape, sit down with Bowles, and figure out some things that they need to do.
All right, I want to read some of these comments here. 2 separate games today, says Michael Walker. Tampa Bay. Sean says, big win. The team has the fight in them. I love it. Let Brady cook. The defense was great today. Was it over when the Germans attacked Pearl Harbor? Lucy Lou says hello. Hello, Lucy Lou. Thanks a lot for tuning in to the Evolution. That was a game, says Steve. Winfield Jr. saved the game. Great play. Have to ask, can the Bucs make the playoffs? And that Gronk catch was crazy. Yes, the Bucs can make the playoffs as they defeat the Atlanta Falcons today to move to 9-5 next week. Coming up, the Detroit Lions one day after Christmas. For Julio Rivera of LTX Imaging, for Blake Anthony of Sports Talk 49, I'm your host, Peter Blake. Bucs win 31-27, a 31-10 scoring spree in the second half as they move to 9-5. We'll get you ready for the Lions on Monday night, and of course, live from the Deck Bar and Grill. Do 3 things for me on Victory Monday coming up. You know what those are, Mr. Blake Anthony?
11-5 is better than 10-6.
Absolutely, it is. And then on top of that, bring your passion, bring your excitement. Just don't bring any nonsense. I'm your host, Peter Blake. Have a good night.
Come to Sam Ash for hundreds of exclusive holiday deals on music and sound gear from the most iconic brands. Save big on professional and starter guitars, drums, digital pianos, horns, violins, DJ, and electronic production equipment. Supercharge your home studio with deals on podcasting, streaming, and AV equipment like speakers, microphones, headphones, and acoustic treatment. Plus, with 36 months no-interest financing on thousands of items, you can get the gear of your dreams right now. From our incredible selection and service to our lowest price guarantee for over 95 years, real musicians know you only go to Sam Ash.
Winning in the NFL is tough. We've been doing this a long time. There's no easy games. We'll kind of move on and get ready for Atlanta and go there. It's going to be our biggest game of our season.
I'm having the time of my life. Everything's going all right. Ooh, I just made them look twice. This is how it feels when you living that good life. I'ma do me, I can't do it no different. Gold shades tinted, yeah, I got the right vision, yeah. I won't let you down, we about to paint the towns. Got the people all around, we been surfing on the crown, yeah. This is how it feels when you living that good life. I'm just living that good life. I'm just living that good life. I'm just living that good life. Good life.